All right, Bob, I'm going to test out my microphone here that I've got and respond to Mr. Kish's email. I'm going to actually get you to try to register him. So I'm going to create a video here. I'm trying to find his email. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Okay. So he's wanting IDFC 1013 and the capstone. So the very first thing I would do is, and it's unusual for students to know what they want. Generally, we would check, and the way we check is we go to DegreeWorks. I'll go there because I really need to make sure I trust this guy 100%. But trust but verify is an old passion that I live by. So I'm just going to make sure he's missing both those classes, and I'm sure he is, but we're just going to see. So I'm going to go up to find. I'm going to type in his last name. It's unusual enough. He's the only one. If not, I would have to deselect the others and select them, as you probably already know. So I'm just going to look, and sure enough, IDFC 1013 is still not there. And let's find MCTX 2250. Yep, it's not there. So he is definitely right. So the next thing I'm going to do is go here. I'm going to go to Programs, Credit Class Schedule, and I'm going to search OFTC classes by term. Now, the problem is we don't really have a group. Well, the very first thing is we have to go to Follow. I'm going to hit Submit. You notice there's accounting and all the way down. But even though Mechatronics is a group, it doesn't cover the MCTX and the IDFC and all that good kind of stuff. So here's what I do just as a matter of habit. I do this, and then if I know if they're all on our campus, which they generally are, I would pick South Campus, and I would hit search. And to go back to this, I probably didn't explain how I did this. You probably know this. It's just a typical Windows trick. But I click on accounting, scroll all the way down, hold the shift key down, and click on Melody. And that selects everything. And then I say just go to South Campus. That way I don't have to worry about Mark's classes showing up because he has some of the same classes. So I'm just going to do Control F and find IDFC. Control F takes me there. I'm going to write down this CRN 20206. I'm going to do Control F again, MCTX. And you can see that this is taught by Fred. And it is 20212. So we go back to the IDFC 1013. It is also taught by Fred. So we don't have a time conflict. And that gets down to the fact that both of these are in a block period from 3 to 6:30. Let's see about the MCTX. It may be a unique letter block. Let's see. Might not have a time conflict. Yep, no, they're both in the 3 to 6:30 period. So what that means is there's 3.5 hours in that time frame times 3 days. So that's 2.5 hours. Both of these are hybrid. They'll fit within that, but you just got to watch the contact hours. So at this point, all I've done is written down the course numbers and the CRN numbers. So that's IDFC 1013 and then MCTX 2250. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to Banner. And if I wasn't logged in, I'd have to log in. But I would go to Faculty Services, and I want to go to Student menu. I want to do something on behalf of the student. And I'm going to do registration add drop. I want to make sure I choose fall. And I can either type in his number or I can find him. So we'll just find him. It's easy. And there he is. Now I'm going to need a student pin. Now that's his birthday, and I don't know it off the top of my head. So I'm going to take his 9,000 number out of here. And believe it or not, his birthday is not in, I wish it were, but it's not in DegreeWorks. So I'm going to go over to OFTC's webpage. And I'm going to go to Faculty and Staff, Info Fusion, Banner Reports, Student Reports, Student Academic History. Enter his ID. 81487. So I'm going to come back here. It's going to be 081487. There we go. Now, I would then type in the 20206 and the 20212. And I would hit submit changes. And I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to give you the opportunity. But what would then happen is it would come up with something like a time conflict because both those classes are in the same block. And I would then copy that screen and I would send an email. So we'll pretend it came up on actually. Well, actually, I can drop it. So I'll drop them out. Okay, actually, both of them. Neither one of them. So that's good. So this gives me a chance to illustrate. You can go through the same steps, and he's actually not registered. Neither one of these will through. So at this point, what you've got to do is copy this. Now, if you notice, it shows my name up here, so I always start right here, and I get this material right here, and say copy. So I have to make the override on that along with the registrar. So I would type this to registrar and to me, and I would look at the error. Well, actually, I can paste it in and see. So I give me a little room to leave the message, and I would paste in the error. So we've got two errors here. We have prereq, type, and time. So I would put student is J. Kish, and we put the last four, or last three of the CRN. So that is 817. Student is J. Kish, 817. So that gives us enough information to find the student. And basically the answer here, the prereq is caused by the fact that sometimes those prereqs will show up. Generally, it's caused because there's a course he hasn't finished. It may be because he's in AC. It may be that he hasn't finished because he hasn't finished AC. That prereq showing up that he's doing in the next logical way. So here, all I do is generally put for the time conflict. I say block time is greater than contact. So in other words, there's more block hours in that time frame than there are required contact hours. And that's all I would do, and I would hit send, and they would fix that. So we'll let you go through the steps, let you see how to do this, and then as we get a few more, we'll work together. This is a good opportunity to kind of work with you on